Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session. It is a sunny Monday today here in Portugal. So I hope you had a great weekend. with the company of your beloved ones, your family and your friends. And we have a new trading week. We have a new trading week with the opening on Monday, doing a real big analog here, leaving some space behind. The Asia range left some relative equal high lows here. We are pushing higher since London, which is kind of suspicious. We are facing a major resistance here on the 1 hour time frame. We are at a bearish fair value gap here, and we are retesting right now the 830 open. My drawn liquidity, I would like to see Asia lows eventually, or eventually London low being purged at least, and tag eventually the NWOG as well. It is a big drop. I can say that it is a big drop, but honestly, these kind of stretched moves right at the Monday pre-market opening usually gives us something like that in the New York session. So as of now, we are already rejecting the 1 hour fair value gap here. I will wait for 930 open at least, and we have to take in mind that we have also some news. It says here that it is at 8:45, but honestly, it's not 8:45. So we are opening. The opening bell just rang, and we are already displacing lower. I will wait some minutes before taking any action here. We are playing right above event horizon as well, which is the midpoint between this new week opening gap and the right above the other one right above us, where price is. These relative equal highs that are marked here are some relative equal highs left from 2 weeks ago, I think. We can see that on the 15-minute and the 1 hour time frame. So price displaced to the downside, took off these lows here. I will wait and see if it wants to give another push to the upside, taking out who is selling on pre-opening, or if it will keep digging to the downside here. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a good weekend, and a weekend where you could rest yourself and had some fun as well. For now, we have the first presented fair value gap here. Market is pushing higher here, trying to reach the first presented fair value gap. On the 15-minute time frame, we have market touching a bullish fair value gap as well. That's why we retraced to the upside. I would like to see if price can break through this first presented fair value gap and do another push to the upside here. Since my draw is a bit lower here, I will probably not engage with longs. Nice push to the upside here. The price is doing this, respecting the first presented fair value gap so far. So let me mark here the 930 open here. 930 open. There it is. I will probably give the market about 15 minutes here to see what it wants to do, because we have some news here, and I want to see what price wants to do. But I will confirm this on forex factory. Me flash services. On forex factory it says it is at 145. It's kind of weird here because I was not expecting this. Can someone confirm this to me, if we have or not, if we will have or not 9:45 news? Because it says here that it is at 8:45, but we didn't have anything at 8:45. Also par price. ES is digging higher, but honestly, NQ is not doing the same. NQ is back below this low here. Which means that indices are not in sync right now, which turns things into low probability. So we have to wait. Otherwise, we might get smoked with some bad decisions here. Yeah, ES is pushing higher, back above 830 open. Meanwhile, NQ is right below 830 open still. We're pushing higher once again. So I will just wait here. Well, if price wants to dig higher and higher and higher. I don't know if I will engage with it because I really don't like this type of harsh retraces that the price is doing. It gives us no opportunity to engage in low time frames. I will just wait here. ES is really doing a push to the upside, showing a lot of strength here. Hello, Gorilla. Good morning. So you're leaning on longs today. Well, I really would like to lean on longs today, but honestly, when price does these type of things, pushes higher during London and during pre-market, I always tend to be suspicious about these movements. I really like this consolidation box on Asia, leaving relative equal lows here. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know right now. I don't know if I would like to engage with longs. I know that we just touched event horizon and we kind of rejected event horizon in a clean way. When price does that, it usually goes to the next and walk here. We still have relative equal highs here as well, but we are so deep in a premium right now that it's kind of hard for me to engage with longs. I can see price go to the upside, and yeah, and it probably will. But honestly, if I would like to engage with longs here, I don't know where to put my stop loss. Even if we come down below, price is leaving a lot of fair value gaps open. So it's kind of hard to formulate a narrative to go long here for me. But I can see price still going up, yeah. Or maybe price will reach the NWOG at New York AM session, and probably PM session it can probably reverse and try to come purge all these swing lows here, and eventually try to come to Asia low, because Asia low is too clean for me, honestly, as well as London low. But we will have to wait. I will probably wait until 10 a.m. as well. I will wait to see if we can eventually invert this fair value gap or not, and go for these relative equal highs, because we can work here a bit and eventually give us some kind of a fake breakout here and then displace to the downside. We'll see. Honestly, if you look at NQ right now, NQ came back to this range. Is about 50% of this upper leg here, and it's not showing as the strength that ES has at the moment. We'll see. We have still 15 minutes, more or less, until 10 a.m. So I will wait for it probably. Let me just check the bigger time frames here, and I will check the opening range gap as well. Let me just check the opening range gap first. Yeah, this is a massive opening range gap here. And I know that ICT says that when the opening range gap is above X handles, I don't know, because that's kind of subjective, you know. It's subjective to the type of volatility that we are facing. But if you have a big opening range gap, it is acceptable that price will not come back and leave it open. So I might be wrong, expecting price to come back below and try to at least do something just like 50% or 25% of the opening range gap. But we will see. Well, so far, the first presented fair value gap was inverted. We dig higher. We cleaned event horizon as well. We break through 9:30 open, 8:30 open, and I guess these were the news that the PM flash services or something like that. So price wicked to the upside and wicked to the downside. So far, we are respecting this value gap as well here. This bullish one. Well, this noise that you hear here, it's my dog. He is always walking here, and that's the sound that its paws make on the floor. So if you hear that, I'm sorry about it, but there's nothing I can do, and I will not put him in a cage or something like that. He just runs free here inside the house. So so price pushing higher, NQ as well, and I guess we will see relative equal highs here. Well, Gorilla, had you entered any long position? I guess if you were intending to long anything, I guess you had opportunity at 942, 943, eventually 944, but you were pretty new, so kind of it might be tricky. But I guess you might have probably taken a position here, right? So far, ES is running 1.4% to the upside, which is a big number for indices. Okay, that seems wise. You will wait till 10 a.m., right? That seems wise. Yeah, I would do the same. Well, I'm intending to do the same. I'm just reading price action. And eventually we'll take something after 10 a.m. For now, we are entering macro hour as well. I will push some pivot extension here. Seems like this was kind of a Judas swing here. And I will try to see where the market is and what it still has to run. So if we take a look at the smallest down move here, the last down move, the last downswing here, we can see that price is respecting the standard deviation, and we have some confluency here, minus 2.5, with these relative equal highs on ES, and we might have some confluency as well with the minus 4 standard deviation, where we have the end walk here on the upside. As you can see here, price ran to the upside. As soon as it touched the minus 1, we retraced a little bit, came to the upside. We are expecting now eventually minus 2 or directly to minus 2.5, and as soon as price reaches it, it will or displace higher or eventually come back below, retracing something. If we push the standard deviations, these projections, a little bit higher, we can eventually see that price stopped right at the minus 0.5. It has some confluency here. It has some confluence with minus 1.5 with these relative equal highs here, and minus 2 and minus 2.5 with the end walk as well. So I will leave it just like this, because this is the scenario that it's in place right now. No bearish scenario is in place, and for anything bearish come in place, I really would like to see a displacement to the downside, disrespecting this fair value gap here, disrespecting 830, and disrespecting as well 930. So this is a bearish scenario right now. It's a hard scenario for me. I was expecting something like that, to reach Asia lows here, because these are too clean for me. And eventually, when price does a run like this, starting at London, crossing pre-market, eventually we have some kind of a retracement, but honestly, price is just going to the upside. We are now inside the macro hour as well, so I will note it as well here. We'll just put it 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Yeah, Gorilla is saying minus or two, minus 2 or 2. I just put it here as minus, but you can put it as 2. Is the best TP? Yes, it is. The rules say that 80% of your position should be taken out here when you hit something like minus 2 or minus 2.5 standard deviation. So if you're running some longs here, and if price reaches minus 2 or minus 2.5, at this point you should take out at least 80% of your position. Price can go higher, eventually come to minus 4. Lately I've seen it goes beyond that, and it reaches minus 5, minus 6, but those type of moves are just for runners, or that micro contract, or that mini contract that you just leave running. Bell price is just running since the opening bell, not giving us many opportunities. The only opportunity that I can see here was when price retraced here, respecting this fair value gap. But we were minutes away from 9:45 news, and positions taken right before news can be tricky. So an aggressive entry an aggressive entry would be something like here, probably. I can see many experienced traders, if their drawn liquidity were higher, if their drawn liquidity was higher, I think that a lot of experienced traders would take their positions here, their longs here, as soon as we inverted this first presented for value gap. But since I was expecting lower prices and it was not conflict with my narrative, I just didn't play that. Well, for those who are watching, let me ask you for your like. It helps a lot. I've seen that the videos that have some likes, they have a better performance. So if you don't mind, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, because I will try to be here every day. So since that's what I do. And if you're really liking it, you can eventually do both. You can subscribe and hit the like button, because it helps a lot. It helps a lot creating a community where we can eventually exchange some ideas in the future, and communicate with each other as well. It's always important to have it, because being a trader is something so individual, so solitary. So you don't have a group to talk. You're always at home next to your computer, in front of your screens. And if you can just build a community with people with a likely mindset, I think that's way better, and it will probably and eventually boost your performance and help you progress in this business. So hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe as well. It really helps a lot. So price kind of slowed down here. We are entering 10 a.m. And Q slowed down as well. As you can see, we stopped right at the -1 standard deviation. It is acceptable that we do that price does these stops. It's like checkpoints. It does the same here. It has done the same here. There are times that price does not stop and will progress in its way, but it is kind of acceptable that price stalls a bit and eventually stops, retraces, and goes back. Some minutes ago I was talking that as soon as price reaches -2 and -2.5 standard deviation, these projections says that you should take out about 80% of your position at these levels, if you're, in this case, if you're long. Let me just check the 4 hour. So price made a big 4 hour candle. It inverted a bearish fair value gap on the 4 hour as well. Yeah, it inverted it. It's almost the same as the 1 hour. It's a bit more stretched to the downside, but those levels are similar to this 1 hour that I have here. So price inverted a bearish 1 hour fair value gap, a bearish 4 hour fair value gap as well. We had some 15-minute fair value gap, a bearish one that was also inverted. A bearish fair value gap from the 10th of March. So I'm curious now to see if this is actually a breakout from these bearish fair value gaps, or if this is just some kind of a fake out. And I guess the next hours will tell us if price will continue to the upside, or if we displace to the downside and reach for lower prices, eventually Asia lows and London low. For that to happen, I really need to see some action to the downside, some willingness to the downside. Otherwise, I will not engage with any kind of bearish scenario here. No, price is just retracing. This might not be a traditional fair value gap, but it is a fair value gap when you have some kind of a big wick here. You connect this level connect as a bullish fair value gap here. So if price holds here, or if it rejects harder here, I guess those levels can be some kind of a trigger to do something. Let me just restart my camera once again. I'm sorry about this, but honestly, I don't know what to do with this. But honestly, this should as well be our latest concerns. So note how price is starting to react in this area. if you look at NQ, it has the same kind of fair value gap. I don't know how ICT calls it, but it is a disguised bullish fair value gap. So let's see if we can dig lower here, or if we respect it, since we have some confluence here with the minus 0.5 standard deviation. We also have this order block here, which I will note. It's not here, it's here. So it is permissible if price wants to dig a bit lower on the order block, at least until 50% of it. And this is a nice reaction here. I'm really liking this reaction. The stop needs to be a bit stretched here, because it is permissible that price digs lower into the order block and eventually comes back to this fair value gap here as well. Yeah, I'm just noticing it right now. Made a mistake here. It's not 10 to 11, but 9 to 10. Well, I'm liking how price is projecting lower prices. It's not willing to go below the order block. So I guess this might be a good opportunity to enter, reaching for higher prices here. But I'm not liking how big my stop loss is. Kind of ruins my risk to reward here. Nice entry, Gorilla. I will try to take a position here as well. We'll just give it some more minutes here. Would like to see another push to the downside. Yeah, but I don't think I will get it. I don't think I will get another opportunity if I don't take it here. But I would like to see my stop safe. It's not the best entry, but kind of ruins my risk to reward, but let's see. I really would like to see minus 2.5 standard deviation here. It might take a long time, a long journey until minus 2.5, but at least I have a permissible breathing area for price. We have a small value gap here as well. You should act as probably as a breakaway gap here. As for now, we are making new high on ES. NQ is not but we are expecting so. So let's see if we can get a run to the upside right now. I'm expecting at least relative equal highs here soon. But since price is respecting the standard deviations here, I might expect eventually minus 2.5. I will probably start to take some profits as soon as we arrive at minus 2. But it will depend, because as soon as we hit this end walk, I have to have in mind that it will act as a resistance. So I will probably have to act as soon as we hit the end walk. It's just working, doing its own thing. Nothing to worry about, honestly. This fair value gap was left open, which can be a signal of bullishness. There we go. Price is trying to break through these wicks and break through the -1 standard deviation. Well, for those watching, don't forget to hit the like button. For those who made it already, thank you very much. I'm not sure if I had any likes here or not. Just let me check it. Yeah, no likes. So you guys just hit the like button. It helps a lot. I'm intending to grow community here. It is always nice to see some other traders, to talk with other traders, to just share some knowledge with them as well. So hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, just subscribe as well. I intend to be here every day, so you might learn something. I might learn something with you as well. Feel free to comment on the comment section as well. Feel free to share what you're doing. I have some guys here. Gorilla is a guy who is always here as well. He always shares his calls and his thoughts, and I'm thankful about it. So feel free to do the same. There is no judgment here. Everybody does its own thing, and everybody is learning, and we are all learning. So nobody will criticize anything that you guys share here. So this is kind of a safe space, and it's intended to be a safe space for traders, for everybody that's interested in learning and do something else. do something else besides the 9 to 5 that the majority of people is programmed to do. And I was programmed as well. Those who don't know, I was a nurse, and I quit the nursing job about, I don't know, 2 years ago probably, because when COVID hit, it was a major eye-opening event. It was COVID was very, very, very hard for those who work in the health business. People were treated like slaves, and I was one of them. So prices forming another valley gap, retesting it. It is respected it a bit, but like ICT says, it's the wicks doing its damage, their damages. It is permissible as long as we close above them, above the valley gaps. So price is reaching the first target here, the relative equal highs. I will not take partials here, because I usually don't do partials when I'm below 1 hour, because it will ruin my risk to reward. So I will have to wait, and eventually, if price works with what I intended to do, I will probably start to take partials here around -2 standard deviation, or eventually -2.5. It depends on how price reaches this area. Remember that we have an end wall here. So this end wall can be a subject of resistance, and we might retrace hard as soon as we reach this end wall. So far, price is doing what we want it to do. It's not in a fast pace like we would like to see, but it's getting higher and higher. Well, a 15-minute candle just closed and another just opened, so it's kind of normal to see the first minutes of these type of candles being an aggressive down move. It's like a power of 3, or those who are familiar with the terminology, it's like a open low, high close, where price opens and the first direction of price is lower, but it tends to close higher. So it's like power of 3, where you have some kind of a manipulation, and then price reaches or tries to reach its final destiny, and in this case it would be a higher value here. So these wicks are doing some damage here. We are also testing the last order block formed. We might eventually retest it a little bit lower. Which is permissible. Good reaction from price here. So far as you can see, we are respecting the standard deviations here, right to the tick. We stopped at minus 0.5, at minus 1. I would like to see the next move getting us to minus 1.5. Well, at this point I'm back to break even. We kind of inverted this fair value gap here. We will probably retest this smaller one here. It's kind of permissible, but if we lose it, we might get lower and retest this order block once again, which would not be a good sign. Let's see if price has the strength to invert this once again back to its original form as a bullish fair value gap. We are 6 minutes in that the 15-minute candle that we were talking about. Kind of liking this reaction here. Let's see if we can close back above this fair value gap. If so, we might expect a run, another run, and then a swing high to the upside. NQ is doing the same right now, so it's a good sign. Note that I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that we might face harsh retraces here. That's why I left that big stop loss. These are permissible areas. I would not like to see price come here, but it's kind of permissible. And right now we are 20 minutes, 25, 24 minutes in since we opened a long position. Not much happened. Price is still working this -1 standard deviation point. It break through it. It's working it. It's facing some resistance inside this area here. We still have relative equal highs to purge here, and we have also a NWOG as well here, which is acting like a magnet. The NWOGs act like a magnet. Price tends to drive itself to NWOGs. Digging a bit lower here, touching that fair value gap that was left open. I would not like to see it going below it Otherwise, I would have to expect a retest here at this fair value gap and at this order block. It is permissible, but would not like to see this. Price is kind of slow right now, but we will enter a new macro hour in a couple of minutes. In 10 minutes, we will enter 10:50 to 11:10, which is another macro hour, which can give us some steam and some fuel to price. Just check here. Yeah, I really would like to see price coming back above this fair value gap. At least come to these relative equal highs. Otherwise, I can expect probably a retrace, 50% of this apply, and 50% is where I have my stop loss, which is not great. Give me some minutes, guys. I will just grab some more water. I need to clean my throat. Wife will get it. Thank you. Yeah, price not giving as much right now. It's kind of slow. I'm still expecting higher prices here. I guess price is just doing what it wants to do and what it needs to do in order to get higher. Really would like to see it close to the upside, it close above this bullish fair value gap. the price is taking its time, and it will probably give us some more to work at 10.50. We just have to be patient here. I guess whenever we are in a trade, we like to see our targets fulfill as fast as possible, but sometimes we need to let price do what it has to do. It has to generate liquidity. It has to punish some traders. It has to gather some money before doing its run. So it is normal to give some room and some time to price to do its own thing. Otherwise, if we try to get price to do whatever we want it to do and in the less amount of time possible, it will probably get us wrecked. The price is now trying to get once again above this fair value gap here. We managed to stay above the -1 standard deviation. We wicked below it a little bit, doing some damage to some guys that might have gone long here and put their stop losses right below this swing low here, this wick. So I guess now we are ready to do some more points to the upside. We are also entering 10.50, which is a confluence with time and movement that the price is doing. The price now wicking, doing another high, purging these relative equal highs here. The reason why I will not take here a partial is because I'm not at 1 hour. 1 hour is about $200. $200 might be around here, and we will face the NWOG. That's the minimum that I require to take partials. Otherwise, I will ruin my risk to reward on trades. Yeah, price starting to run to the upside as we expected. Let's see if we can smash the 1.5 standard deviation here. As for now, price is almost respecting the standard projections to the tick. So I'm expecting price to run at least at -2, -2.5, which are common targets. See how price just stopped for a bit here at minus 1.5. This type of behavior gives us some confidence to our narrative, which it's like confirming what we were expecting, which helps us getting some confidence and trusting our own narrative. So Gorilla closed, made 3% on my eval. That's great, brother. That's great. Good job here. You had a better entry than I did. So I will have to wait a bit more. You're out, right? enjoy your day, touch some grass. Enjoy it. I will hold a bit more. By the way, you made 3% on your eval. So if you made 3%, how much are you taking? How much risk are you taking on each trade? 1% or 0.5%? I'm taking about $200 on each trade here as risk, which is about 0.5%. I know that some guys might say that it's too low of a risk for combines, but I treat this as a normal account, as a private account, or as a eval. I don't intend to rush it, and I don't intend to spend a lot of money trying to reset again 1% trades just to pass my combine as fast as I can. No, that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to treat it as a normal account, as a private account. Price so far stopped at the minus 1.5, standard deviation. As you can see, we are respecting the projections almost at a tick. So the next stop would be eventually minus 2. Price will probably form some kind of an order block here as well. So we have to give it some time and space to do it. We are still inside the macro. Since we have two fair value gaps, we have two fair value gaps here. I will extend this and treat it as a larger one. So I would like to see this being respected, giving us support and making price to go a little bit higher here. As for now, we are respecting the fair value gap. This is just my alarm saying that I'm about 2 hours in. Yeah, I'm 1.5 hours in. At this point, I would like to see some kind of, since we are inside the macro hour and price just did what I was expecting in the macro hour. It did some minutes before, about 5 minutes, but we still have some time inside a macro. We still have 10 minutes. I would like to see another leg to the upside, but we didn't manage to close above 1.5 standard deviation. We are still working that standard deviation here. We tried to displace above it, but we didn't manage to. We are working right below it. Really would like to see another push to the upside. That way I would probably take some partials as well. We're swinging below this fair value gap here, touching the this one that was inverted. These wicks doing some damage here. Probably taking some longs out. If this was the damage before, I guess this was the damage before the next leg to the upside. Price tends to do that, just to rebalance itself before going higher, taking out some long players as well. Let's see if we manage to go a little bit higher. That way I would take partials. Let's see if we can manage to break minus 1.5 standard deviation here and see price getting into minus 2. that would be a perfect scenario, but we have to have in mind that we are facing a n wall, which can act as a magnum, but can act as well as a resistance. So price might start some kind of retrace as soon as we hit it. So yes, breaking above the minus 1.5 standard deviation. NQ also doing some new highs here. We are almost at the finishing the macro hour. We have about 4 minutes in. We have still 4 minutes. And I would like to see the final push to the upside here in these final minutes. Let's see if we manage to displace above the N wall, reaching for -2 standard deviation, or if the N wall just give us a resistance that price is not willing to break at the first try. Anyway, I will take my partials here. The majority of my position will be taken out here. We'll put it on at break even, and if price wants to run higher, it will run higher. If not, it will be stopped out here at break even. So at this point, I have no more risk on the table. It will do what I will just let it do what it wants to do. Will eventually try to trail my stop loss if it wants to go higher. I'm still expecting, since we are respecting the standard deviations here, I'm expecting price to respect at least -2 and -2.5 standard deviations as well. And reach for them. Well, the only thing that I'm not proud of here on this trade is the size of my stop loss. But since a push back below here in this area to this order block and this fair value gap was permissible, I would not feel comfortable. I would have not been comfortable. I mean, if I pushed my stop loss a bit to the upside here. This gave me confidence, and it is what it is. I could have entered here a bit lower as well, but managed to enter at a midpoint here, where price came back and retested it. I could eventually have waited for this retest, but honestly, I was afraid I didn't catch the whole move. I was afraid that price didn't came back to this level, and that's why I entered as soon as I saw that price was kind of showing some strength to the upside. Well, I'm glad I took partials around here, because I still believe we will go higher, but price is facing some kind of a resistance, and since I'm here since 10:50, 10:15, it's about a 1 hour trade. I think I deserve some partials here, and that's why I took them. We will probably face another retest here. I will push this to my left. Since this fair value gap is right below the minus 1.5 standard deviation, we will probably retest this area and push back above it. That's why that's what I'm expecting. But since we are since it's 11 and the macro just ended as well, these points here, the minus 2.5 standard deviation, the minus 2, can be left to lunch hour or eventually NYPM session. That's why I took these partials, and we'll leave the market do its own thing. If it wants to stop me, I guess that's fine. gold price is still showing some willingness to go a bit higher here. I took partials right at the end walk, since it could act as a resistance to price as well as soon as we hit it. But I'm expecting eventually that price will go higher, break through the end walk, visit minus 2 standard deviation, and eventually minus 2.5. So far, price made a good run to the upside. It was a run since the open. I said in the middle of the stream today, I said that it is acceptable when price, looking at the opening range gap here, which is massive. It's a massive gap here, and ICT says that if you have a big opening range gap, it is acceptable that price will not dig into it. It will just leave it open for later, and it will reach for higher prices. In the beginning of the session, the trading session, my bias was kind of bearish, because I would like to see at least 25% of this opening range gap, or eventually London lows, Asia high. So we were here, and I was expecting a move lower. Price didn't give it to me, and I had to change my bias as soon as I saw the market broke higher, inverted this bearish fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame, and then when we retraced back to the first order block, and I saw these nice rejections here. Okay, it's time to change my bias, and I am bullish right now, and we will eventually seek higher, because as soon as I put my projection here, I saw that price was honestly very confident with it, and that's why I changed it. I changed my bias, and I was kind of right in the middle of being wrong. I was right. So you don't have to be right all the time to make money. You just have to know what price is doing. We don't have any type of crystal ball to know what the market will do, but we have the power to understand what it is doing. So as soon as we saw major confluences with the projections here, I had to change my bias and believe that price will go higher, and that's what it is doing since then. Really would like to see another push to the upside here, just to move my stop a little bit higher. I usually don't like to trade these risk to reward type of trades, but I was kind of forced to do it because I took the long here, and I thought it was permissible for price to come back here, this area. I really would like to see it, because if price came back down here, it would be a mess for my stop loss. But since we took a long position with a big stop loss like this, my risk to reward was not the best one, but we have to work with what we have to. So at least when I project my trades, I'm aiming at least with partials, at least to a 2 hour, so that way I can take a partial and aim for something bigger than a 1 hour with the partial included. So price is forming relative equal highs here, right below the NWOG, which can give us the equal highs, which can give us a hint that price will eventually come back here to purge these stops that are being placed here. It is just a hint that, and it's like a signature that price gives us. This bullish for value gap is also being respected here. It's a minor one and a small one, but it's being just wicked. It's not being disrespected. Also, far price is playing right below the NWOG. We were expecting that price should face some resistance here. NWOGs act as magnet on price, but as soon as they are hit, they can act as a trampoline as well. So as soon as price digs into it or touches it or comes close to it, they can make price retrace the opposite way. That's why I took a partial here, a major partial. I was with 4 micros and took 3 of them, leaving a runner. eventually to minus 2.5 standard deviation. So, and we are 11:07. We are 20 minutes in working that lower band of the N walk. It's kind of a consolidation here. It's a normal thing that price does when facing a N walk. As you can see on the 15-minute prevail and on the 15-minute time frame, we have an order block. My stop is right at the bottom of the order block. So it is permissible for price to revisit that order block, or at least do 50% of the wick, of the lower wick that is on the last bullish candle. It's right about here. It's at the midpoint of this prevail gap, so it is permissible for price to come here, do some damage here, eventually take these lows here, but it is expectable to price come back and take out who is shorting right now, because there must be a lot of people trying to short the market since we are at 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. It's like a retrace time, consolidation time, where traders go grab their coffee and close their positions after being on the market since 9:30. So it's kind of permissible to see price going a bit lower here, eventually take the midpoint of this prevail gap. I will note this order block as well here. The price is now targeting the order block here. Right now, it is just respecting it. It is permissible to price come a a little bit below it. Bless you. That was my wife sneezing. Well, let's see if price holds here on the order block and at this fair value gap. In theory, it should, since we are also retesting the 15-minute wick as well. Well, let's see if price can now. It worked its way. It worked already its way on the order block. It worked already the minus 1.5 standard deviation as well, fair value gap as well. So it should right now work its way back above, merging these relative equal highs that are left behind from those who are trying to sell. But it is still permissible for price to come back a little bit lower here. I'm not expecting it, but it can happen. Well, we are about 2 hours into the stream. If I didn't have this partial here, I would already ended my stream, but I'm kind of curious about what price will do as well, so I might run it for a bit more. Usually my streams, I used to do longer streams, but honestly, I saw that being on the markets for more than 2.5 hours, I would get a bit tired and it would wreck my decision making, and that's why I tend to do streams not longer than 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Or since I'm not deciding anything anymore on this stream, I will just let it play. I will extend the stream a bit more here, but yeah, you will, if you look at my last streams, I think Friday's stream was a bit longer since I was in a trade too. But they usually tend to be a 2-hour stream, not longer than that, and that way you can eventually track it with more easily than if you have streams for 3-4 hours. That's impossible to work with. With a 2-hour stream, you can replay it and you can take a couple of hours in the night, or if you want to see me work and read price and read the tape. Yeah, price now going back below the order block. It is a time in the morning where 11 o'clock, it's usually the time in the morning where price will eventually or consolidate or retrace, because if you have a clean move since 9:30, usually the winning traders will eventually end their morning at 11, 1 hour before lunch hour, just to grab a coffee and take a chit chat with their mates and whatever they want to do. It's usually the time in the morning where nothing more will happen, and we will have to wait for lunch hour to eventually wait for the continuation of the move, or eventually continuation with a retrace. So that's why we are facing some kind of a consolidation since 11 a.m. here. It's usual, so it's not anything that will surprise me. Right now my stop is right below the 15-minute order block, right at the bottom of it. It's not below, it's right at the bottom of it. I'm not sure if it's safe or not. I really would like to see price dig higher here, at least at minus 2.5 standard deviation, or eventually at minus 2 standard deviation. But I'm fine if my stop gets hit. I'm just not willing to give the market any room to take any of my profits or any of my balance account. I'm sorry about my camera, but it tends to shut off automatically. I've already disabled that function, but I guess that's the software, the EOS software that is shutting it down without any notice. We'll just reactivate it. There we go. Yeah. So as you can see, we are retracing right now. Let's see what price will do as soon as we hit the order block. The order block is 2 handles away. The 15-minute order block is 2 handles away from price where it is. So we might eventually take out this low here. This is the silver bullet low. Those who study ICT, this is the silver bullet entry basically. So the silver bullet has driven price to the annual, where we took the major partial here. At noon, we will enter lunch hour, which is about 17 minutes away. So we will probably, at lunch hour, we will probably reach 4 10 a.m. lows, since these lows are kind of too clean for me. So if we do so, my stop will be hit, but honestly, I'm fine with it. And after reaching these lows, we will probably reach for these highs here, because we left those in a clean way as well. Well, price just barely reached the 15-minute order block. It barely retraced it, and now we kind of inverted this bullish order block. We are trying to get back above it, but facing some resistance here. At this point, I would like to see a push to the upside because we have a low resistance, which can be a low resistance here, and we have this fair value gap. If we kind of invert this fair value gap here, then we would have a quick run to the upside, since we have these relative equal highs here as well, acting as a magnet to price. But I believe we will go a bit lower in a high resistance way, probably taking out these lows here, because these are 10 a.m. lows, before hitting these relative equal highs. But we will see. The optimal scenario for me right now, since I still have a micro on, would be an inversion of this fair value gap and a push to the upside. But I'm accepting a retrace lower, taking out these lows on lunch hour, and then a run to the upside once again. It would stop me out from the trade, but I would be fine, because that's what I'm dealing it, and I already took my partials, so I'll be fine if that happens. Yeah, not much happening right now, as we were expecting. These partials were right on spot here. Otherwise, I would have been waiting for about 1 hour, 45 minutes. But these were kind of on spot here. The only thing that I think that I didn't manage well was my stop loss, because I thought that it was permissible to price to come a bit below here, and that's why I just had to grab a big stop loss just to prevent myself to get hit and take a loss here. Otherwise, it would have given me a bigger risk to reward and a much better one. But I'm fine with it. I would have not be so comfortable if I would have taken this trade with my stop loss right below this fair value gap, probably here. I would not have been so confident. That's why I extended it to here. If I had put my stop loss here, I would have probably entered the trade with about, let me just check, yeah, but double size, yeah, with 8 micros, entered with 4 here. But I would have taken partials around here probably, if I had 8 micros here, and then another partials here as well. Well, at this point, I'm just waiting for price to continue its way to the upside or to stop me out. I'm not doing anything more. I'm just waiting. So any type of scenario would be acceptable here. I'm just letting it play. Since I get my major partial already, I'm just observing. I'm just taking mental notes, and after closing the trade, I will journal it. Yeah, but talking about journals, it is quite important too that you journal your trades and the way you act on price action. It's very important. It will reconstruct your mindset, and it will prevent you from doing some things that you probably usually do when you don't journal your trades. You will eventually identify some patterns as well in your behavior and in the market as well, and that's why it's important to journal and to write something about what the market has done and what were your expectations and how have you dealt with your expectations. And I know it's sometimes it's kind of boring, might be kind of boring for some, but it will help you a lot in the medium long run. It will help you a lot. It will help you a lot preventing some major flaws, some behavior flaws as well, some technical issues that you might face when you are approaching the market. It will help you a lot. You just have to commit yourself to do it, and as soon as you commit yourself to do it, you will trade less because you don't want to journal 5, 4, 6, 7, 8 trades. That's mental. It would be a huge work after a trading session. So you will strict yourself to 1 or 2 trades. Eventually, the third one, okay, that's permissible. But even if you do 3 trades, journaling them and explaining what you saw, what you have done, and that's a hard job doing it every day. So it will restrict your actions to a 1 trade only. If you take a stop on your 1 trade, you will try to do another one, but you won't have the need to, and eventually you won't have that FOMO in you to, let me try another one, because you will eventually have to journal them. It takes a lot of time to journal. It doesn't take you a lot of time, but it does take you a lot of mental time, mental capital. I mean, yeah. But as soon as you start doing it, you will eventually identify some patterns in you. You will eventually identify some mistakes. You will eventually identify some pros and some cons. Yeah, and that way you will have the strength to work on your cons, and eventually do your pros thrive, you know. Well, price, as expected, came down to the 15-minute order block here. I would like to see a close here of the 15-minute bullish close engulfing the last two candles. It would form another order block. But we will see. We are already outside the NY AM kill zone, so anything can happen right now. We have also these lows here, which are too clean. Would not be beneficial for me if we came down here to clean these lows, but I'm fine with it since I've already managed my partials. But what I'm expecting is a run to the upside. We still have these relative equal highs as well here. And as soon as we enter lunch hour, which is 3 minutes away, I will probably expect a run to the upside, a continuation to the upside. For NYPM, we might have a reversal probably, since there are no major targets that need to be. Let me just check the higher time frames. Well, on the hourly, we still have at 58.44. We still have some relative equal highs. We also have, we also have this NWOG. We can work a bit inside of it as well, but I'm not sure about a continuation to the upside for the afternoon session, because we are at a D premium right now, and it would be interesting to see some kind of a reversal on NYPM session. I will not be here at that time. I usually don't trade NYPM session, and since I had a trade already in place, I will not be here trying to read the market or I will leave it for tomorrow. Right now I'm just waiting for what price action wants to do here. So we have 15 minutes for close on the 15 seconds, 10 seconds for the 15-minute candle to close. It will give us another order block here on the 15-minute time frame. And this is the alarm saying that I should shut down what I'm doing. And yeah. Well, as I said before, I will not take any action because I'm just letting the last part of my trade run. It is protected at break even. It has a target higher here, and I will just let it run. If it wants to take me out at break even, I'm fine with it. If it wants to run higher to my target, to my main target, or to my last target, that would be ideal. I will not interact with the market anymore here, since we are in a D premium. I'm just letting it run. you know. And at this point, I'm just talking with to you and with you guys. I know that there's just one or two right now, but that's it. Well, I don't know if you guys have some questions or something like that. I'm willing to answer some questions if you guys have some. Just type them on the chat, and I will answer them. For those who haven't given any likes, or just hit the like button. It will help. Will help the channel with engagement, and it will help with the with engagement, and with the I mean, it will help us grow, you know. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button as well. It's always good to have someone to share this type of knowledge, and to share another ideas and another trading settings, and other trading ideas, and other it's always beneficial when you have something to do on a collectively way, and it will boost your performances as a professional as well, because you will talk about it, and you will share knowledge, share ideas. If you do it in a individual way, it's harder that way. Yeah, for those guys who are watching, just tell me where you guys from. If you guys don't know, I'm from Portugal, a city called Aveiro. It's like they call it the Portuguese Venice. We have some channels in just like a small river. We don't call it a river. I think that there is no translation for the English word, but we call it ria. It's a city full of tourists, and with small boats where you can explore the channels. It's a great city. It's a very beautiful city with some nice architectural points as well. Where are you from? Tell me, guys. Are you from Europe? Are you from the American continent? Are you from the Asian continent? Where are you from? Well, meanwhile, price is digging higher, as we were expecting. It would be great if we get our target fulfilled. Let's see. We just entered lunch hour as well. It might give us the last push to the upside. so far making another high. NQ is still making another high as well. Let's see if price can run to our final target here. We are getting above -2 standard deviation. Our final target is at -2.5. Price is digging inside the end walk. We have another major point of the resistance, which is the midpoint of it. It can act as a major resistance on price. So far, we managed to break above the -2 standard deviation, but I would like to see a better close above it. This might be just a fake out. Left behind some relatively equal lows here as well. I should respect this double fair value gap here. Otherwise, if it doesn't, we will probably dig lower before reaching our final target. We will give it some more minutes. Meanwhile, my camera just shut off again. And it is not overheating or something like that. It's just shutting itself off. I don't know why. There we go, we are back. Would be nice to see the final stretch here. Let's see if we are able to respect this bullish rally gap and give us the last stretch to our final target here. At this point, I will put my stop loss a bit above break even. The price respecting the fair value gap as expected as well. Note that we are right at -2 standard deviation. So this area right here acts as a take profit area. Since we have been since we have been respecting the standard deviations just at the tick, I'm expecting minus 2.5 being reached, which is a major one. Well, guys, since there is no much action here, and I'm just waiting for price to hit my target or my break even, my stop loss here at profit, I think I will end the stream. And since I'm stretching the stream a little bit too far, it's been 2 hours and 50 minutes. So I guess there's nothing more to do right now here. And I hope you had a green day today. Hope to see you tomorrow as well. Once again, thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for participating on the stream. And hope to see you tomorrow once again. Okay, at the same time, 9:30 open. I will be here. So enjoy your day. Enjoy if you have a sunny day like us. Enjoy your day and see you tomorrow. Thank you.